Alright everybody, welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel. Another video from the shop, as you can probably tell from the background. And you might notice I've got a hoodie on, because it's cold. I mean, it's cold for this Florida fella. I think right now it is 38 degrees outside. Thankfully it's not that cold in the shop, but walking from the truck to in the shop, it's cold. And like, big props to all of you that put up with much colder weather than this. I'm going to be in Indianapolis for the PRI show in a couple of weeks. Yeah, like a week and a half from today. And not looking forward to that cold weather, but we will put up with it to go experience the awesome show that is the Performance Racing Industry Trade Show in Indianapolis. So, yeah, let's go through the shop. And yep, you saw the thumbnail, saw the title. I got into a little skirmish with NASCAR. Stay tuned to find out what happened. Alright, first thing in the video, we're going to breeze by that because there's a video coming out to show you where that pile of parts came from. You guys might have seen the little short I posted. The good news is we've got a new mock-up block that's lighter than that iron one. Bad news is we got a big box of busted parts. Maybe we'll put them in some merch stuff. I don't know. Maybe some of our sales, with it being Christmas and all that stuff. We've got some discounts on some parts. The stuff we can discount. We just got through with one of the holiday sales, and we have another one coming up where all of our Holly products will be on sale. But we are going to run a sale on some of our merch again, maybe for Christmas, as well as maybe some of the other parts that we actually can discount. So for those for those of you that don't know, being some companies have minimum advertised pricing to try and keep the field level between all of the other dealers, so that people who somehow wind up conning their way into being a dealer for a product aren't selling it out of their basement. That used to be a big problem in the performance industry. And when you've got somebody selling out of their basement or out of their garage and doesn't have the overhead of a shop and also the support that a shop will give you, one of the things that you get with buying parts from us is that we support you after the sale with tech advice. If you have a problem with your parts, we will warranty them, if they're within warranty. All of that stuff, we go to bat for you as the seller, where somebody that's just selling out of their basement, who disappears and starts up a new business every few months, probably isn't going to do that for you. Anywho, just let me get off my little soapbox about that, and get back to the stuff that's going on in the shop. So Eddie's actually over on the island of Antigua, which is where he's from. Went down there for Thanksgiving. So we've got a couple more parts that are coming in for this thing while he's gone, so he can get some more work done on that when he gets back. The Nova, not much has changed since the last video. We did get our fire core spark plug wires installed onto it. And we're going to be starting the piping work to go from here to here. I've got to decide if I'm going to split the downpipe and go one out each side, or what I'm going to do. With that, I've started my alternator bracket mounting, which you can kind of see the holes for that there. But I've been doing some other stuff in the shop. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what this is. Actually, quite a few of you guessed it. I was very surprised. It is a motor mount for an airplane. So on this plane right here, this bolt you can kind of see this plane that's here, that would be the firewall of the airplane. So engine would be coming off here. The propeller would be, spinning this way or that way. I don't know which way they spin. This is the pilot tube for the nose gear. And it's a local company that I've been working with, doing a lot of their engine mounts, seat brackets, seat belt brackets, pedals, all kinds of stuff that they have fabricated or they have developed as the the parts for their kit airplanes. And we weld up their kits for them, or we weld up some of their pieces for them, like their engine mount. I think we've built 20, 30 of them. Like, it's been a bunch through the years, and a couple different kinds of airplanes. I haven't got to fly in one of them yet, which, maybe need to talk to them about that. Anyways, you guys guessed that. That was pretty cool. So we do have some fitment work to do, and we'll probably do a time lapse welding this up in like one of the shop update videos, which maybe is what this is turning into, or maybe just a commentary on some things that I think are cool. Another thing I've discovered recently here, you can see this bench has kind of a dull gray look to it. And so this part has been treated and this part hasn't. You can see it's rusting. I got this stuff from Eastwood, Fast Etch, and this isn't a sponsored deal. Like, just saw it online, bought it. It's pretty awesome. Like, it eats rust. So this piece here it looked like that, which maybe you can see the rust. Sprayed it on there and you can see it neutralizes the rust. And if I had taken like a Scotch-Brite to it, which I took a Scotch-Brite to that part, but I did not. This, I just sprayed it on and let it sit, and it turned that into that. I think it's awesome. I sprayed another piece and did that to it, left it outside for like a week, and it's been raining here lately. Did not rust back up at all. I was very pleasantly thrilled with that, because like with the bench, it gets rusty. Inside of cars that we're working on, like the bare metal, even inside the shop with the air conditioning that's drawing the humidity out of the air. We have a dehumidifier in here as well that is constantly drawing the moisture out of the air. The stuff still gets surface rust on it, whether that's from us handling it or just the humidity in the Florida air. Whatever it is, it happens. So that gives us another way to deal with it, and I'm really happy about it. You guys have noticed that I've done quite a few more videos here lately. So like I mentioned before, we've got a guy that's been helping out with some of the edits, which has been a nice help to have. And it's also kind of helped motivate me to get back to editing myself, make some time for it, carve some time out of my schedule to make some time to edit. Because I do enjoy the editing when I can sit down and focus on it. Any of you that have been here at the shop during the day, I'm helping out with a little bit of everything. Like, I might be helping out Eddie do something. I might be helping Ricky. I might be helping CJ. I might be helping Will in the engine room. Or I might be helping Eric or Tad work on a part situation with a customer. So I end up running around the shop trying to help a little bit of everybody, and don't really get to focus on doing like a video like I'm doing now, which is why you'll notice I'm here to shop by myself. Sometimes that's just the way it works out to get this kind of video done. Now we're gonna do some more stuff in the shop where we put together, I think, what will be better quality videos here out of the shop. So you guys tell me what you think of, us trying to put some more effort into bringing you better content. We want to hear from you down in the comments and all that stuff, so that we get some good feedback from you. I try to get in the comments when I can to reply to some of you guys and engage with you in the comment section. That's, what I'll do laying in bed after I get my kids to bed. On the nights that I do have my kids, because on the nights I don't have my kids, typically I stay late at work and tinker around or work on something. Needs to be this something right here. You know, we're getting there. There is a new chassis for it. Well, I say new. There is a chassis for it sitting outside that I need to drag in here and do something with. I kind of want to finish the engine first, get it all buttoned up with the oil pump mounted on it. But yeah, we'll deal with that soon because I want to try and do a bunch of content in December. We'll catch up on the Bristol 1000 video. We'll catch up on the Indy 800 video. Like I said earlier, that was a really long edit and I had to go back and redo it or start over again because everything that I had worked on for several hours, the rendering project file in my editing program got corrupted. It was a very sad day. It was very frustrating. When stuff like that happens as a YouTuber, it's frustrating. And something else we deal with occasionally, more often than I would like to, with a channel like mine, where at least up until recently has all been footage that I have taken with a GoPro in my hand, like I've got now. Some of the onboard cameras that I've installed in cars that we have either worked on, built, or are racing myself. We deal with copyright claims. And very recently, as the video thumbnail and title alluded to, I got into a little skirmish with NASCAR.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
All right, so like I mentioned, so stuff like this, with everything else I've got going on, can be kind of frustrating. Just gonna level with you guys about that. So, I come to work, checking my email, I get this lovely email from YouTube. A copyright owner using Content ID has claimed some material in your video. So what they are claiming is that in this video, qualifying day for Lee's Viper at Road America Trans Am Series 2021, that I took footage from live in-car camera presented by Mobile One, Road America. Well, news to me. So what's going through my head when I get this email? I'm like, well, I know that the Trans Am Series will use some of our in-car footage for their broadcast, and I have gotten permission from them to use the in-car cameras for my YouTube content. I'm trying to use that video to not only promote us, but also promote the Trans Am Series. Try to get you guys to come out to races. Try and get more people involved with the stuff that we're doing. So I'm thinking in my head, did Trans Am, give some of the footage to NASCAR? Because at this particular weekend, the Trans Am Series was at Road America with the NASCAR Cup Series. So I'm thinking maybe some of our footage made it into the NASCAR broadcast. Like, look at what else is going on here this weekend. Thinking back, I was a little optimistic, be honest. But, so here's my video, and this is from the timestamp that they claimed. There's more details I get behind the scenes of, they show you what time that they claim I took, and then in their video, which footage that I took from. So as you can tell, we're on the racetrack at Road America. We're down in turn 5 right now. And it was a pretty big segment, but I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of my footage, and then I'll show you guys a little bit of their footage. Just a tiny bit of their footage, because I don't want to actually get a real copyright claim by using too much of their footage. Maybe it'll be because this is fair use and commentary. YouTube's got some rules about using other people's footage, when it's okay, when it's not okay. So like I said, I'm going to use it very briefly just to prove a point. So my footage. You know, we've got a Dodge Viper here. You can hear the sounds of the Viper V10 engine as we make it through a couple of corners here at Road America. Great racetrack. Love going there. It's awesome. Which, by the way, that track is really good for a Viper because long straightaways can really run it out. So, that's my footage. And here's the footage that I apparently, or they think that I borrowed. So right away you can already see, I mean, it is a red car. I'll give them credit for that. Same track, obviously. None of the telemetry. None of the stuff. And that sure doesn't sound like a Viper V10. So, some people would just, not dispute that. But the way YouTube works, if somebody makes a content claim on one of your videos, the way I understand it, if I don't dispute their claim, they now receive any kind of ad revenue that comes in for that video. This video is old. Honestly, it's not really making any money anymore, but I'm not gonna just give in when I know it's not my footage.
You don't understand freedom.
Part of the process of disputing claims is that I can get in trouble if I make too many, let's call it fraudulent disputes to their claims. My channel can completely be locked down. So there's always that concern. And I'm kind of thinking most likely that this was some kind of AI generated thing, which honestly, if a computer gets it that wrong, it's kind of sad for that computer. I mean, that's some pretty poor rendering or comparing, like different sound, different visual. Like the only thing that's common is that the cars are on the same racetrack. So I disputed it and I won. A couple days later, claim was released. The next morning, there's another one. Now I had 3 or 4 videos from that weekend. I think 3 videos from that weekend. And there was 2 years we went to Road America and shared the track with NASCAR. We were there typically Thursday, Friday, raced on Saturday, and they qualified and, well, they practiced, qualified after us on Saturday, and then they raced on Sunday. So the only common thing, we were at the track on the same weekend, and that's it. That's the only thing that's common. So did a person make this claim? Is the NASCAR Media Group actually, who's just like an official NASCAR thing? Maybe somebody at NASCAR wants to reach out to me. But like, I'm not going to just roll over if you improperly dispute that I stole footage from you, because I didn't. So as you can see, this is a video from NASCAR. And I will admit that in one of my titles, I used the word NASCAR. So maybe that triggered the first one, but actually that was the second claim. And then after the second one that I won, let's call it, there was a third and a fourth. And it got to the point where I just copied my response into the reply. So it took my response time to handle this from like 10, 15 minutes down to about 5. So I'm prepared for more. But NASCAR, I like NASCAR. Like, I watch NASCAR, or at least I watch the highlights on YouTube afterwards. Don't have time to watch the whole race anymore like I used to when I was a kid. But I like NASCAR. I like all racing, just about. I literally watch all kinds of racing highlights. Like, that's my entertainment. There's a few shows that I watch here and there, but I eat, sleep, and breathe racing. Just like it. That's why you see me compete in as much stuff as I can compete in. The Crown Vic races with Cletus, the Ranger races, the Champ Car series that we go and race with occasionally, as much drag racing as I can squeeze in. I would race a tricycle to win a popsicle. I just like racing. It's good stuff. It's a good, wholesome, fun thing to do. Oh, go-kart racing. Oh yeah, there's a big go-kart race at PRI for Sick Week thing. Like, it's put on by Tom Bailey from Sick Week, so hopefully we'll be in that again. I think Clay Milliken's going to be on my team for that. I was on his team last year, but I've got a team this year and have room for him on my team, so I'm going to see if we can do that again this year and probably bring you guys some footage from it this year. I didn't really do a good job last year. It's kind of in a funk last year at PRI. Just overwhelmed with other shop things going on and didn't really, like, sometimes as doing this YouTube stuff, you kind of want to take a break from it. And guys like Garrett and Adam LZ and all these guys that bring good, consistent content, it's work. Like, it's really, really work. It's often very fun, but it's also a lot of work. And if you guys are wanting to do a channel yourself, I encourage you to just work at it. Put up content. It'll be rough to start with. You'll look back on what you've done 5 years from now and be like, woo, those first ones were rough. Go back and look at my first videos. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I appreciate all of you that watch the channel and are very encouraging to me. So I'm trying to be a little encouraging back to you guys that may want to do some of this stuff yourself. And even just from the perspective of when you can look back and remember things through a video that you made that you might not remember otherwise. I look back on some of my previous videos and I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. That's pretty cool. Like, you just forget things. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know. Anyways, I'm rambling on. I won all my claims against NASCAR so far. This video may trigger some more. We'll see. If it does, I'll let you guys know about it. But until then, we'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for a video of us taking the engine out of the Lexus. It's not pretty.